This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 35. Welcome back to Co-op Chronicles. This is episode 35. I am Pint-Sized Geisha. And as always, I have Blacklabel.
Hello.
And Azalee.
Hello.
And today is...
We're going to talk about gaming and memory and lost media.
Gaming, memories, and lost media.
Yeah. How you guys doing today?
I'm great.
I'm great.
How are you guys doing this great Saturday?
What about you?
It's such a great day. I am excited. I'm good.
I'm fine. I just got up, did the dishes, got my coffee.
Yeah. Who made the coffee?
Yeah, you made the coffee because you make good coffee.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't you forget about it.
Somebody's a grouchy prince.
Nope. I am excited
He just
for
woke
this.
up early, so he's like,
I'm excited for this episode.
Of Dragon Ball Z.
I'm about to...
Yami gets so hyper whenever Az is over.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she has the opposite of catnip all over her.
Yeah. You guys have a
The dogs.
excited week. You guys have a good week.
I had a busy week.
Busy week?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Work's been stressful.
Sorry.
You making them tombstones?
One of my drivers is on vacation, so I had to drive some routes, and it's just like long days.
Mm-hmm. I still
Gotcha.
have that job opening at my work, but it doesn't pay as much.
I know. I'm waiting.
But it's less stressful.
Once Sean gets his job back,
Yeah.
trust me, I'm going.
It's right. Do you? My gears are turning. I don't know. Never mind. I was gonna say it's right in the middle of both of us, but I don't know if that's accurate.
So we're gonna talk about why gaming and memory and gaming is so special. Well, to me, but over the years we've played many games. Everybody has played a plethora of games, I'm sure. Beat them or not, And just want to know, have you guys ever replayed any games recently? Obviously, Geisha just did.
I literally just did.
Yeah. Have you played any recent games that you? I just did too. Actually, I did Cyberpunk.
Yeah, but you did the DLC for the first time.
Yeah, but I also
you did the whole game.
Yeah, I just did the whole game too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mine was Bloodborne. I literally streamed it right after we recorded our last episode.
Have you played any?
I've played, not recently, probably within the past couple months, but I restarted The Witcher: The Wild Hunt.
Is that 3? Witcher 3?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was actually looking at that again too.
It was very fun.
Yeah. It's a long.
I forgot how fun it is to just ride a horse.
Yeah, it's
Roach.
long, man.
Yeah. Did you see that Project Red is coming out with a Witcher type gameplay, but you're a vampire?
Vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean sent it to me.
Yeah.
It looks
you're
so good.
You're like a vampire now.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
It looks
Yeah.
good.
But I also seen that they're doing because I was like, because I beat Cyberpunk and I got a different ending. And the DLC was cool. I kind of didn't like it because the main character is getting used as usual. But the first time I beat it, I did one ending where the guy takes over your body. And I was like, this is a stupid ending. And I was like, man, whatever. And then I got a good ending yesterday. Man, I was emotional. I was like,
Yeah.
this is so sad.
Was
He
he
texted
crying?
me. Well, I don't think he was crying, but I was at work. And
but
he
I got
texted me.
chills. I was
He's
emotional.
I'm so emotional because of this ending.
Yeah,
And I
because
was
it's
"That's
they're
good."
they're cruising down the thing and they're leaving the city. No, they don't die. But it was good. And you already know the main character is probably gonna die in 6 months anyways.
Oh,
But it was a good ending. I was like, wow.
that's so sad.
And then I was like, are they gonna make a new game? I don't know. And then I looked it up and it says they're in the works of making a sequel, but I don't know if it's gonna be the same thing.
Hopefully
But it says
they take time.
2026 to 2028.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a long
good.
time though.
It
'Cause
takes
when
that long
it
to make a
first came
game.
out, it was really buggy, so you don't want that to happen again.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but it's good, man. I restarted. I downloaded a mod so I could do a new plus and just beat it real quick.
Yeah. I think that's That for me is like a good game or a good book. If I finish it, the game or a book, most cases in a book, and I think about it the next day and the next day and the next day, that's when I know I was like, yeah, this was a good book.
Yeah.
You know what a really good book is? Have you? Well, I guess it depends on your triggers, but there's this book called Tender is the Flesh. Have you read it?
Mm-mm.
It's basically about how like livestock goes
No, I
extinct,
can't
and
read it.
so cannibalism is a thing. So there's human farms.
Oh, I thought it was
That's
going to be about
crazy.
like butchering the animals and stuff. I'm
No,
like,
it's
I'm
like
gonna
human
be
farming. 'Cause
That's crazy.
There's no meat except for humans now.
Insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's good though, but it's wild.
Did you ever finish One Dark Window?
No, I'm still halfway through, but it's very good so far.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
It's a little slow at first. Then it kind of picks up.
I heard the second one's much better.
Second one's kind of slow.
Is it?
Then it picks up.
People say it's better.
I'm all about the action.
All
in
right,
the
all
book,
right, all
though.
right, all right.
Sorry.
Come on,
Okay.
focus up.
Sorry.
Was there any specific console or game that made you fall in love with like gaming itself?
PlayStation.
Halo.
PlayStation made you fall in love with playing games?
Yep.
Halo made you fall in love?
More, no,
Yeah.
not maybe even farther than back. The freaking Game Boy,
The Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo, yeah.
the old blocky Game Boy. You know, not the color, the blocky one, the tan one that was really heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It
that
wasn't
one.
tan. It was just like it got so dirty that
White.
it turned into like a tannish
a
color.
tanny color. What came first?
What do you mean?
Chicken
What
or
was-
the egg?
What was the first like gaming?
It wasn't
console?
Atari.
Was it?
There's one
Oh.
before Atari, I think, because Dad and Uncle Steve, when they were on the show, they said something, and I forgot what it was. Like
Let me Google it.
they said a weird name, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" Yeah, Google it. Tell me what you come up
What?
with.
How should I word it? What was the first gaming?
Console.
Console?
Yeah.
Oh,
Was the Odyssey released in 1972?
I don't know if that was it.
The Odyssey was a simple device.
I don't know.
List all of them.
I'm trying to think of the one that they said. It
So
def-
first generation is the Odyssey, Pong,
They did
Color
talk about
TV.
Pong a lot.
they did talk about Pong, so it might have been that.
Yeah. But I also remember like a little console, like a little.
No, it was this one right here, Calico. I think
Oh.
think they said the Calico. It's like a
Calico.
brown little.
Jeez.
Look at that shit.
old.
What the hell is that?
I can't see it. You gotta move it to the other screen.
Look at that
That
thing.
is old.
That looks like a.
It
That looks like a.
radio.
It looks like the front end for like a heater or something, like
Oh,
an old school
yeah.
heater.
That's gross.
Um,
And it says color, so maybe there's one that doesn't have
They did
color.
say Magnavox too. Magnavox. That was in 1973. So maybe.
Fascinating.
yeah.
Dang, Atari was in 1975.
Imagine
Nintendo
being
first.
that old. You played those consoles.
I mean, that's like 10 years before I was born.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And technology popped off.
That's crazy. Yeah, our like when growing up, my time was like, well, I would probably say Dad and Uncle Steve's time because they're still
Yeah.
alive. So they were like there when it was old shit. And now the crazy stuff. TikTok's getting banned. You know,
Tomorrow's the last day, apparently.
Yeah, tomorrow's the last day apparently.
Mm.
Okay. So nostalgia can be powerful. Am I right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I read like there's a familiar music or art can trigger like a emotional response.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever had like a nostalgia emotional response when you heard a sound in a game or startup sound? Honestly, the ending for Cyberpunk is probably why I got emotional last night because it was like some crazy stuff. But I think the old PlayStation sound turning on, like the regular PlayStation, turning that on. That's
Oh, yeah.
pretty.
Mhm.
That's like an epic sound.
Like
for
the
me.
old school white, like white startup sound
And with the
with the orange and yellow
Like the original
square,
logo.
like the original,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
original startup sound. Yeah.
That was my first console, like next gen console was PlayStation. But then I got an Xbox and I never looked back. Yeah, it was way better than PlayStation.
Whatever. At least I can play good games.
What was your guys' emotional response, or
I think
do you guys have a
it's-
music or
it's
art
just
work?
like the original, like the first the soundtrack when you just open up Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
I think that's.
like
I'm just like, oh, I'm back. I'm familiar with this. This
Yeah.
is my safe zone.
yeah, the Halo
Oh yeah.
That thing was freaking crazy too.
I love that. I got so emotional about Cortana.
Oh, Cortana's crazy. I don't know, but
She
the
was
future
doing it all for Master Chief.
Yeah, the future Cortana looking thick though. All right, bad boy. Do you have a emotional response?
I do.
What?
The song from Kingdom Hearts one.
Oh, the Utada Hikaru one.
It just makes me in a good mood, like right off the bat, like yeah.
And then it's like, oh. Isn't that what
Yeah, it kind of like has a slow intro, and then it goes like techno beat drop.
Yeah.
Have you heard? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the the recreation.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. I guarantee you, if you got a room full of nerdy gamers from the 80s and you start playing that song, they're all going to lose their mind.
80s? What do you mean? It didn't come out in the 80s.
80s, 90s, whatever.
The babies.
The baby.
That's the year you were born.
Okay. but
Okay, let's Google it.
That game came out in like 2000.
Yeah, it was like 2007 maybe?
Yeah.
No, I graduated in 2007. It was before that.
What? Kingdom Hearts?
2002.
Yeah, okay, but you said 80s.
I know, but you're not going to, like, if we ask the girls right now, hey, you know this song? They're going to be like, no.
Just say people that played that game would know. Yeah.
No, because they don't have the same nostalgia, the greatness of it.
Some people, whoever played that game, probably enjoy it just as much as you.
You're missing the point.
I get your point. You're saying
Don't
old
get my
people like us.
No, I'm talking about, well, kind of. I'm talking about the people that were in their rooms by themselves grinding Kingdom Hearts. And then you're looking for nostalgia, right? When they hear the song, maybe they'll take them back to being in the room when they were a kid listening to this damn song.
You know, I had that game and I played it a lot, but I never beat it.
So good. I beat it. Ansem. You got to beat Ansem.
Oh, maybe I did. Maybe I did beat it then because I remember him. He was from Final Fantasy, right?
I don't know. I think Ansem was its own creation of the bad guy.
Yeah, because
Handsome,
he's like
bad.
the,
He's
it's
never-
like the counterpart to the
Oh,
good
okay.
side
Yeah, this
characters,
is not the
right?
guy. This is not the guy. Also known as Xehanort's Heartless.
After one, the whole freaking Kingdom Hearts stories got so confusing.
That's what I'm saying.
One was good. Two was all right. After that, it was just done. What you boy?
Okay. Yeah, my bad. I thought that was the guy, but apparently it is not.
They only use Disney characters as like cameos, I think, not from other, right?
Disney and Final Fantasy.
Oh, Final Fantasy too.
So, I guess a segue from the music, the soundtrack.
Cloud was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Cloud, Tifa,
Yeah.
Ares, all of them. Sid. They were all in
So, is there a specific game or soundtrack or sound effect that instantly transports you back to that certain point in your life? It's probably that then, huh?
When you walk away.
And it's like, oh, I don't know. That's yours? Mine's the I can't even do the beat, the Final Fantasy fight beat.
The Sephiroth.
No, the Sephiroth one was good, but like the original, it's like, man, I can't even think of the beat right now. I should have downloaded a freaking soundbite from it, because there was like a bunch of them where on Instagram he's like, when you're a wedding DJ, but your bride and groom like Final Fantasy.
Oh,
He
yeah, I
mixes
saw
it
that.
up, and he's like one, yeah, and then incorporate.
Oh, it's like the battle song.
Yeah, the
from
battle song.
Final Fantasy VII.
And then the win, you're like, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's the sound.
That's
I
yours.
guess. Yeah, the victory.
The victory.
What about you?
It's like the initial battle sound clip for Pokemon. It's like
Oh yeah. Mine is the healing for my text tone. The healing of the Pokemon. How does it go?
It's like I can't even.
I don't know. It's
say it.
annoying though. I hear it and I'm like, what is that?
It goes between the Pokemon healing and the sound from Back to the Future. The little.
It's so
Back to the Future.
cute how like little sound bites can like bring such a big memory to people.
Okay, so with the memory thing, do you guys think that like stories that we experience in a game or a show or movie, do you think they all stick with us differently, like from gaming to TV shows and movies? Yeah. Why is that?
For games, I get real emotional.
Yeah, because you're putting time into it. Like
When
the
I'm
TV shows, it's already scripted.
Yeah, when I'm watching a show, I'm like, oh, that was really good. I
Mhm.
really like that ending. But for games, I'm like, that's my player. Look at them go. They're growing up.
Yeah. I think
They
that.
died.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
got freaking mad. I was so mad, like at the end, because I was like, did I make a mistake? And because I was saying this to the my coworkers too. I was like messaging them. I was like, man, I fucking hate Cyberpunk. I was like, in the end, V dies and she's used by everybody to get what they want, and it's like, it's fucked up that this character doesn't survive. Like, I mean, they survive at the end of the game, but it's said that they only have like 6 months left to live.
Why do they only have
Why?
6 months?
Because they have like they have
chip.
the relic chip or shard, and it's like overriding her, because she got shot and she couldn't take it out. It got damaged, and then Johnny, who is Keanu Reeves, is taking over her,
The
like
AI.
overriding her body. He's not even an AI. It's his like personality that was like saved on a Ingram, because he did something bad, but his like whole
Subconscious.
everything is in there, and it's like taking over your body and stuff. But in the end, he like, there's a way to remove him, so she like, you can remove him, but she's still, or your character's still gonna die in 6 months. But it's like fuck, man. It's either you let Johnny take over your body and you're gone, and your body will still survive, but your subconscious is gone, or you just live out your 6 months and die. I was like, no, I'm doing it my way. I dying on my own time.
I mean, 6 months.
But the ending was the Aldecado ending was, it got me.
I'm sorry.
I was,
Seems good, though.
yeah, I was mad. It's a good game. It's a good game. Very good game.
That's how they get you. They're like, make it real sad at the end.
Mm-hmm. It was super, because you're like cruising on this like tank, and you get out and the wind's blowing, and you're holding this bullet that shot you in the head and ruined your whole thing in the very beginning. And you're like, you let it go, and you got your bestie Pan Am right there on the side. Thick ass Pan Am.
Okay, getting back to the story.
It was a story though. It was a good game though.
Getting back to
What's yours, babe?
with my what?
What do you think sticks with? Why do you think stories from games or TV shows or movies, they all stand out differently?
I don't know.
Have you ever got emotional with a game? I haven't seen you really.
I don't have any emotions.
Come on. What are you doing over there?
Nothing.
I heard something.
Nothing.
You better not be
She
playing
said put it on
games.
the
I'm
screen,
not.
he
I'm
can't see.
uploading. I'm updating my game real quick.
I was looking at Baldur's Gate 3. It's supposed to be spring. Oh yeah, I sent you a thing in Discord to sign up for the early beta for the patch.
Oh, okay.
For the patch. So make
Okay.
sure you do that. Maybe we'll get chosen to do it, and we
Maybe
can
we'll
play
get
together.
chosen.
Yeah.
You need to get on your Baldur's Gate so we can all play together.
I'm
Yeah.
taking 5 classes this quarter. I don't
Jesus
Oh
have a
my
lot of
gosh.
time.
Christ.
I don't got a lot
Why
of
so
time.
many?
Okay.
I'm trying to get all of like the like core classes out of the way, so I can just focus on funner classes.
I thought there was
Yeah.
a limit, so like 3 classes a quarter.
Your limit is 19 credits technically, and I'm taking 16.
Damn.
That's crazy. Okay.
I'm
Alright.
sorry, I don't have a lot of time.
That's okay.
Do you guys think any like visual effects in like gaming stick with you too? Like, or even co-op or multiplayer moments stick up with you or stick to you?
I mean, stick with us.
Stick with us. Thank you.
Stick to me?
Stick to
Stick to me like glue?
I didn't wake up, and I threw away my coffee because it was like nasty.
Do you want a
Where'd
sip
you
of
get
mine?
it?
I got a Starbucks, but it was like,
Starbucks isn't it
it just
anymore.
wasn't.
I
It wasn't it, man. Yeah.
Sean and I, we just like going to like
It, like-
coffee stands.
It like messed up my stomach.
regular little coffee stands.
I like Egg Hole. It's good.
Well, I
Echo
like their
is gold. Their sandwiches are
Their
good.
coffee, that iced coffee that I got you last time, phenomenal.
Fire.
Mm-hmm. Phenomenal. I had to get my voice all deep for that one. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. We need to stop. We're very distracted
Yeah.
today.
What
So-
was the question?
I don't remember.
It was just that. I just want to add. but I forgot it
What?
too. Anyways, I forgot. So our most vivid gaming memories. So let's pick between 1 to 2 moments that left a permanent mark on us. It
From
could be
gaming?
Yeah, it could be emotional. It could be like a victory or something that just made you happy. Do you guys have any of those?
Yes.
Okay.
Kingdom of Amalur, when I first beat it, it was amazing.
Oh yeah, you mentioned.
I
yelled?
was like, I'm number 1.
Yeah.
It took me so long to beat it. Well, the fight didn't take me too long, but it took me like 3 tries.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very emotional in a good way.
Nice. What's another one?
I don't really know. I play a lot of like story games.
I think Final Fantasy VII. When I beat that was pretty epic. Like the whole Sephiroth soundtrack and everything was just very. It was very good. It was like
The house is on fire.
it's like hee ha Sephiroth. Sephiroth. Yeah, it was good. That was a good one. And then I think another one. Please, for the love of God, you do not need to whip those out right now.
I
You
can't
can just,
sit still.
you could just stop when we're recording.
Okay.
And then I think my man, there's so many good games that I've beaten that I want to bring up. Like Witcher 3 was really great.
Yeah, Witcher 3 was a good one.
Cyberpunk yesterday.
Yesterday.
That hit me. Like I had, because I'm the type of player like where if the game doesn't interest me and I bought it, I'll just stop playing it if it has like no interest.
Oh, you know what game really was great to me? The whole storyline was amazing. Is BioShock Infinite.
Oh yeah, I have like the whole
That
trilogy.
game
Is it good?
in the series, it's my favorite one.
Have you beat it?
Yes, I've played it multiple times, and they're like, I'm sure a lot of people have played. It's been out for a long time, but like the whole time, you're this guy, and you're like on an airship now, and you're trying to like rescue this girl, and this girl can like time hop.
Mm-hmm.
But like you play the whole game, so you like get your little powers and whatever. But you get to the end, and you find out. Well, I don't know if you want to get spoiled, but you should play it. It's so good. The twist at the end is like, oh, it is so good.
Okay, I actually have one memory that really disturbed my soul, and it sticks with me. When Cade 6 died.
Oh yeah.
That was an epic.
They did it in slow motion too.
Yeah, it was epic,
They're
man.
like, here, let me pull at your heartstring.
Yeah, we know what you guys are gonna feel when we do this. Yeah, that was a good one. That one hurt.
In my head, I could just picture it, and it's just like, Kate.
Yeah, because I had like over 2,500 hours on Destiny. Like I was invested in that game. Yeah.
It doesn't help that they did it intentionally. They're like, what character can we give the players who's like friendly, he's fun, he's relatable, and then
He's cool. He's kick ass.
then you should.
What about you, Beb? 2 moments.
The ending of Final Fantasy 15
Okay.
because it was very, very sad.
That was a crazy ending. Yeah.
Wow, it was a
Okay.
very sad ending.
Uh-huh.
And probably when what's her face died in Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, Ares.
That's
Yeah.
that's
That was
the
like
worst.
fucking another one too.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was like traumatic. My first traumatic experience.
Final
with
Fantasy is just good at pulling heartstrings.
Yeah. If anybody's still listening in the 20-minute mark and you hear this, tell us what's yours.
Yeah, I really need to know because games make me cry more than anything else, and so I need a game to get a good cry in.
Yeah, Ares was. Yeah, that's a tough
That was
one
like
too.
the first traumatic
And I wasn't
one.
even like attached to her too. It was just like the way it happened. You met her. She's a sweet girl, and then she just fucking stabbed. She turns into a shish kebab. It's sad.
Yep.
Okay.
It's hot up here. I am sweating.
What?
It's not even that hot, to be honest.
Sweating.
I'm comfy.
Yeah, I'm pretty good right now.
I'm sweating.
Okay. How about you tell us about a gaming moment that feels like it was just yesterday, even if it was like a millennia ago, like a long time ago. Like, what's a gaming moment that just you could automatically think about it?
I have quite a few. Quite a few.
Yeah, hit me with quite a few of them.
Throw
Then.
'em at us.
Yeah, hit me. Nice. Nice.
Fighting Placidusax for 8 hours.
Okay.
Placidusax
Yeah.
for
Yep.
like
The
8
Bloodborne
hours.
Elden
one?
Ring.
Oh,
Elden Ring.
Yeah.
The Valkyrie Queen from God of War doing the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Millennia Or
Millennia.
Millennia.
I beat her fairly quickly.
Yeah, you did. I didn't.
I destroyed her.
Oh my god, I could not beat her. It took me like 2 days to beat her.
Like, I beat her so quick, but then everything, like, fucking Placidusic took me like 8 damn hours over and over.
I killed him in like 2 turns.
Yeah, see, it was like
weird.
Whatever I'm good at, you suck at. Whatever you're good at, I suck at.
You can't platform.
No, I can't.
Yep, I do.
Yep.
I can.
Nope.
What else? You have any
beating everybody in Mario Kart. Bloop. The old school one. My brother and my mom.
I'm pretty good at that game. Yeah.
The secret is when you round the corner, you have to
You
let
hop.
your finger. No, take your
hop.
finger off the gas. Do your turn, and as soon as you hit the turn, you floor it.
No, I would smoke you. No, the technique was the hops. Because you would do the hops and you drift a certain way and it gives you a boost.
No.
Oh, yeah, I would smash you.
The drift does give you a boost.
Yep,
Nope.
you would
Mine
get
is you
smashed.
got to let up a little bit, make the turn. As soon as you hit the whatever, you got to feel it in your bones.
I
you
would
floor it.
love to watch you guys play Mario Kart together because you're both like Damon. He's super competitive.
Yeah,
He is.
This is why I tell her I
So,
can't play Apex anymore with her.
I
Like,
would love to watch that.
if it's ranked, my goal is to win. I'm
Yeah.
not.
If it's ranked, you need 1 IQ. We need a third.
Like if it's pubs or like just playing for normal, I'll have fun. But if it's like ranked, I want to win. It's competitive. Like what's the point of us playing this if we're just let's have fun? No, I am trying to level up.
Right, but at the same time in pubs,
It's
you
Mario Kart.
freaking just everyone just leaves, and you're just a team by yourself.
You don't need them fucking losers anyways.
Okay.
What about
you? Just complain about it. Anyways, getting back to the
Yeah.
thing.
What about you, Az? Do you have any that you could just think about right away?
No, because I'm just good at everything.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I just can't think of anything off the top. I don't feel like I've ever had a moment where it's like too difficult. So I don't have anything.
I could think of a few.
Oh, I have another good one.
Go ahead.
Final Fantasy X. I couldn't beat Sin for a really, really fucking
Is
long
that
time.
with that stupid
Titus.
Yeah.
Yep. Couldn't beat Sin for the longest time, and I had to like Google it, and you needed a certain summoning of the 3 sisters, and they would help you. And then I was like, okay.
Yo, 10-2 sucked.
10-2 was
It was so dumb. Like
Anyways.
I'm a dancer. Nobody fucking cares. Empower this, and you suck. Stupid shit.
Just so aggressive.
I could think of a few. World of Warcraft. When I like finally hit 60 back in the days, that was an accomplishment because it took forever to level up. I have a couple clips when I was like I was really young. I was playing Call of Duty and I was just shitting on people. And I was like, thought it was really cool. So I was like making my own video on Xbox and I had Anna with me and she was sitting on my lap. And I'm like, for some reason, I thought it would be great to commentary my own video. So I'm over here like, oh, and he goes over here and he gets another one. And then you just hear Anna go, yay, in the background and stuff. It was funny. But yeah.
That's too funny.
Yeah, but that never made the cut, so it's
Yeah,
gone.
I can't imagine why it would.
Yeah, but yeah. Okay, have you guys ever had a big memory or a memory tied to a big life change? Like you were moving or dealing with something in a particular game helped you cope during that time? No?
No.
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I remember it was just, I think when I played Final Fantasy VII, I'm pretty sure Azzy was just born or she was like a toddler. I want to say she was like still in her crib, but I'm not 100% sure. My brain's not there. But I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy VII came out when you were a baby. And I remember I had no memory card, and I would just like constantly play that, locked in my room, just playing it with no memory card over and over and over until I got a memory card. But yeah.
Until I got a memory card.
Yeah.
You don't have any memories?
No.
No.
I don't have a soul, so I don't connect things like that. Just joking. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember half of my childhood, okay?
What did you say? You said Kingdom of Amalur?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys, what emotions or elements do you think make memories so strong? Was it the story? Okay, sir. The aspect of it or the challenge?
What? The aspect or the challenge?
I think it's kind of like what Az said, is like you put all this time, you put all this energy into a game, you follow the story, you immerse yourself in it. You know, you go to school and you're like, I just want to play my video game at home. And then you go home and you play it, and then something bad happens or something good happens. And then you stick to that memory of like, I grinded this game for 300 freaking hours in 2 weeks, and now I'm invested.
Yeah.
I think developers are just really good at creating like companion characters that you really fall in love with. And then they rip them away on purpose.
Yeah. And I think another like good example of like memories or like happiness is like you guys brought up Pokemon. Like when Pokemon first came out, it was huge. Like Pokemon Mania. Like everybody was playing Pokemon. The show was out. It was like insanely big. Where'd she go?
Get the kitty? I have no idea.
But yeah, sometimes it's not just the game, but like these moments of like when something's huge. Did you guys ever have like, did you ever go to a midnight launch or have like a LAN party with your friends or anything like that?
No.
No, I did. Like when Pokemon came out, it was like insane because it was sold out so quickly. But I remember Halo, and there was like LAN parties and the midnight releases. Those were insane. Like, yeah, I just remember the crowds and the people out there. It was insane. It was when gamers were gamers.
Yeah.
I think I kind of missed out on that train because by the time I was like old enough, you were already out of the house, and like there was no such thing as LAN parties anymore. I think.
Yeah,
because everything just turned online.
Online, yeah. Yeah. Do you guys?
I missed out on that.
You didn't have anything either, Ben?
What was the question?
Did you ever experience like a midnight launch or huge
LAN
LAN parties or
No.
a type of mania in games that was like Pokemon Mania or any online events or anything?
No, but I do remember GameStop, instead of a midnight release, they would do like a 10 p.m. People would be lining up outside of the store at 10 p.m. to pick up their midnight releases.
Okay, yeah. Do you guys think playing a game when it's at its peak hype changes how we remember it, or versus discovering it in its years later? Go away, young man.
Just let him be a part of the show. He just wants love. Look at him.
You know, I'm just gonna skip to like a.
No, keep
Okay.
going, sorry.
All right.
Okay, I'll
Stop being
looking
a
at
grumpy
him.
pants.
I won't
I'm
look
not.
at him.
I'm
He's
not. I'm
just so
trying to
cute.
focus up. We're focusing up.
Focusing up.
Do you guys think playing a game when it's at its peak hype changes how we remember it versus discovering it a few years later?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I concur.
I think when you're like, so nowadays games have like trailer releases, so you can like stay on top of it. You can like follow the developer and stuff. You can follow like everything that's happening with it, and so it's like you're part of it. So now you're like, I'm so heavily invested in this game, whether it's a flop or not, I'm gonna play it. And then when you're like a couple years later, you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I missed out on this. It was amazing. That's how I feel.
Yeah. No. Try to open up the window for him. But yeah, what about you, Beb?
I don't know. I think both have their significance in it. Like my story with, Bloodborne, I really wasn't. I just knew that it was
Was
getting good.
Did it get released when you bought it?
It was.
Oh,
released.
it was like newly released.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Well, I don't think it was newly released. I think it was a couple months because I just remember seeing that this game was getting some good reviews. I don't know anything about the game, and I went and bought it, and now it's my favorite game. But then at the same time, there's like Anthem, where the hype was there and everyone was excited for it, and then it was a huge letdown. Oh, yeah. So I think both are pretty significant, and you remember both for their own.
I just remember that because that's when we started talking.
Their own kind of
the flop,
good or bad
of
experience.
Anthem.
Yeah, and like
brought us together.
Yeah, and Cyberpunk was huge, and
it wasn't bad,
but it was buggy as
it was
shit.
Just buggy, but
yeah.
it was fixed within like a couple months. But
a couple months is still a long time.
The attention span of gamers nowadays, it's like if you don't have it,
if you don't have it pristine when it comes out, especially in today's society where social media plays such a big role, like it needs to be top, like 95% completed, no bugs. A bug here and there is fine, but like to have that many bugs, everybody's gonna just
shit
on it.
Yeah. Have you guys ever bonded with somebody new or just bonded with somebody in general just because you played or shared the same game nostalgia or memories? I do recall
I don't think so.
when I played Xbox 360, I used to play Phantasy Star Online. And I figured out like a glitch where I can kind of like unplug my game, play like while I was connected, and while you're offline, you could do some secret steps to max out your character's steps. And I remember like bonding with like a bunch of people on this game, and we created like a clan, and we were like huge, and we were just known during that time of playing Phantasy Star Online. And yeah, it was a good time.
The original Shadow Step.
Like, no, I think the name was that I went by back then was No Limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, yeah, it was a good time. Yeah.
Mm. That's cool.
You guys-
I don't think. Yeah, I've never like met somebody through work, you know, who like enjoys video games as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, wait, I do, because it's so funny. So when I first started working, there was this guy that I worked with, and we were talking about Final Fantasy, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I just got an extra copy of Final Fantasy X-2. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yes, absolutely." and then I played it, and then I never talked to him again because it was terrible.
I don't know about that, sir.
Yeah. So.
But I got a free game out of it, so I was like, "All right, I'll take it."
Yeah.
You totally skipped me, by the way.
You said no. You didn't have any.
Yeah, you did say
you did say no.
I said no to the last question.
No, you said no. You didn't. I
But
said, have you
please
ever?
share if you
yeah,
do.
if you do.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. I haven't.
Bonded.
I haven't bonded with anybody, but I was going to say something
Okay.
along the lines. I haven't bonded with anybody, but like back in the day when I was a kid, and even still now, like a lot of people don't see me as like they look at me and they don't think I'm a gamer. Like everybody at work was super surprised that I'm a gamer and that I stream and that they never would have guessed. And back in the day, I feel like I was a nerdy loser kid. Everybody's like, "Oh, you play video games?" Ugh. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Fuck y'all."
I think the stigma has changed now, though. If you don't
Yeah,
play video
now
games, now it's like, ugh.
But
Yeah.
a lot of people like our age are still stuck in that like, you play video games? You know? Like you're an adult. Maybe you should be doing something different with your life.
Oh, maybe
of
like
situation.
boomer people, though. I've never
Yeah.
met someone my age or younger that says that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not boomers.
No.
I know.
Oh, okay. I thought
I
you.
said maybe boomers say
Oh,
that, but
I-
people my age and younger do not say that.
Okay. So again, what was the single biggest factor that cemented a gaming memory for you? Emotion, difficulty, or something else?
All of it.
I want to say like the emotion. Yeah, obviously the difficulty, because if you're playing it for
If it's not
like Geisha
hard.
said, she played it for 8 hours to beat Placidusix, and then Placidusix or Placidusix, Placidusix, the dragon.
Do 6.
Or the emotion. I mean, the emotion when you beat it after it being that hard, obviously. Boom. Instant memory.
Well, it's just both. Because it's like,
Yeah.
it has to be hard, otherwise I'm going to get bored of it. And also, like, the time I invested into it, because now I'm like, all right, it was really hard, and I just got past it, now I have to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Bub?
I think all of it really,
Yeah.
because I don't want to self-proclaim myself as a trophy hunter because sometimes I don't, but most of the time I do, and it just sucks.
Question.
Yes.
So, like, games like Bloodborne and Elden Ring, obviously you like those for a reason. What makes you like The Sims? There's no real end goal.
I like building all the houses.
Oh.
I will spend hours building my house in like 6 hours building my house, making it nice, color coordinating, destroying it, starting again, and then I'll play my people for an hour and I'll get bored.
You're like, I just like the crafting
I just
of
like
the house.
making houses for some reason.
Dude, is there a house simulator out there somewhere?
I know. Can I just build houses? I need to start planning our tiny house.
Yeah, okay, let's get back to this game stuff.
We're talking about The Sims.
The Sims is a game.
Okay, The Sims doesn't count.
What?
Yes, it does. The Sims has been around longer
Yeah,
than
but
a
there's
lot
no
of
memory
games.
in
The
that.
players for The Sims is probably bigger than any other game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
you're right.
Let's see. How?
No,
long
you're
has
right.
The
You don't have to
Sims
Google.
Been out. Let's Google it. The Sims has gone through The Sims to The Sims 4.
I mean, there's a bunch of games I've gone to
24 years and 11 months.
Final Fantasy's gone to Final Fantasy, whatever it's at right now, 17, 15, 16, I don't know. Anyways, so I want to get to the lots of media in gaming now.
Okay.
Final Fantasy has been out for 37 years.
Yeah, it's
The
been a
Sims
minute.
Has been 24.
Yeah, Final Fantasy's been a minute. So I want to talk about, I guess, like certain shows or even games that like just didn't meet the standard, or shows that just got canceled off after you, I don't know, kind of connected with it. I know a couple like shows that I've connected with.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys find personally captivating about like something that's been lost, or not even have to be captivated, but like where's it at now? Is there any unknown factors that make you guys want to find out what happened to something that disappeared? I remember Anthem was one of them that just sucked, and it was just canceled. Not like physically canceled, but like it was canceled.
Well, you said the servers are no longer in play, right?
No, I don't know. I downloaded it and I was able to play, and this was like a couple months ago. So I don't know. Maybe it was just because I was
They
playing
should have a
single player.
resurgence. Anthem developers, please.
Yeah,
I would play it. I would buy it.
But I remember this one TV show. I don't know what it was called. I think it was called Zoo. And it was weird. It was like the animals were taking over, and they were like communicating and killing humans.
Yes.
But then it got canceled, and I was like, why? I was like really invested in this show, and apparently it just didn't do good.
I think because when it originally comes out, they have testers to like watch it, and it doesn't do well, but they'll still put it out because they've already made it. And so then they're like, all right, we're not going to make another one. But when they release it to the public, there's so many more people who would enjoy it, and then it gets like a lot of rave, and then they're like, ooh, it's already canceled. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was the OA, but it was like this girl, she goes missing, but then she comes back, and she was blind originally, and then she turns out to be not blind, and she gets with these kids, and they start doing these like weird little movements. I don't know, it's weird. But they canceled it after like 2 seasons. I was so invested in that movie or the show, and I was just like, oh, this could have been so good.
Yeah.
I was so sad. I haven't actually looked into it. I'm sure it's not coming back ever again, so whatever.
What about you, Beb? Can you remember a game or a show that's got canceled and you were like, what happened to it?
I don't think it got canceled, but it was a show from BBC, so British.
Oh, British Channel.
Broadcasting.
Yeah. And I forget what it's called. But I stumbled upon it like late at night when I was a kid, and it was about all the adults in the world died or left. So the only people that were left were kids. And then they started making like their own factions and how to live and get food and how to survive. And there was a group held up in the mall called the Mall Rats. And then there was this one teenager who's like trying to dominate. Like, again, of course, somebody is the bad guy and somebody wants to rule the world. And they're like all going against him. Oh, God, what was it called? It was a really interesting show. I forget what it's called.
I don't know.
I've
never
either.
heard of that.
Let me see if I can find it.
I've never heard of that thing. The BBC? Fascinating.
There
They
was
usually come out with some good shows.
Yeah, there was another, I don't know if it was British, but there was like a show called The IT Crowd.
It sounds familiar.
It's hilarious, but it got canceled. I think it was just because the low showing, like back, it was like 2006. Obviously, nobody wants to watch stuff about nerds and computers and stuff like that.
It sounds fascinating.
But it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I think
canceled.
it sounds familiar. I think there's shows that should be forgotten.
Yeah.
There's From. It's on
Oh, yeah.
Prime.
I heard about that.
The first season was so good. And then the second season, I'm like, what is happening?
I mean,
people say the third season gets really good, but I'm like, I shouldn't have to go through a terrible season to get to another good season. It should just all be good.
Yeah, this might be a hot take too for like animes. Like there's certain animes that were like fire first season, and then second and third seasons suck, and I'm like, what the hell?
Are you talking about Seven Deadly Sins?
No, I'm talking about the Shield Hero.
Oh.
Like
the Tribe. That's what it was called. Oh, it's New Zealand.
New Zealand?
Yes.
Oh. But like the first season of the Shield Hero was fire. But then like the second and third season was like so slow and just boring. But I guess you can't have like exciting episodes every episode. Like you can't be good all the time.
I don't know. I don't think that's true. I feel like
solo leveling is
I feel like
insane.
you can have compelling stories for every episode.
Yeah.
You shouldn't need a filler episode if you just have good content.
Yeah, I don't know why people hate Demon Slayer so much too. They say like the animation carries it, but it's actually pretty good like concept.
This is a hot take, but I don't even remember the name of it. They turn into monsters. What's that called?
They turn into monsters?
Yeah, they have
It's
like
an
a
anime?
wall. They have a wall. What's it called?
Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titans.
Oh
I
my
hate
God.
that show.
Dude, that's an actually depressing
That needs
anime.
to get lost. People love that show, and I'm like, I don't understand.
It's
the
dark,
hype.
man.
I
It's
just don't
dark. It gets
understand.
like crazy deep if you I stopped watching it after a certain point, but then like I followed along the endings and stuff. It's dark.
I don't like it. It's
What are you
very
over there
annoying to
exploring?
me.
Do you want to add something?
No, I was reading about the tribe.
She's looking into it.
All right, so vanish shows or like anime web series prototypes, stuff like that. So Lost Media isn't just video games. It can be a short-lived TV adaptation, a one-episode pilot that never aired, weird web series. Do you guys remember stumbling upon like a random gaming cartoon or something that disappeared, or like not even gaming, just like a weird show that just disappeared after a few episodes?
Real quick, you know that vampire game that you were talking about? I believe another company that is in on it is Aniplex, which means it's gonna be good.
It's an anime.
Aniplex. It's gonna be good. Sorry. Okay, continue.
Nice.
You bet.
No,
Nothing.
nothing.
Man, I'm trying to think of something that like I
Nothing.
watched that just disappeared over time.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't. Well, the AO thing for me, I just kind of like. There was another one. It was called. Can't even think of the name of it. But it was like based in Britain, and
Britain.
these people's
You like a bottle
family
of water.
died.
A bottle of water.
So there's like 7 people that died, but then they came back to life like years later, and it all centers on this guy because his wife comes back to life, but he has a new wife now, and his like dead wife is like pissed off at him now, and he's like, it's been 7 years since you've been dead, like I can't find happiness, and it was such a good story, such a good show, and then it just kind of like went away. I've never heard anything about it ever again.
There was a show that Geisha watched. I'm pretty sure they finished this series, but it was like a weird thing that I watched it and I was like, I could not get into it, and I was
What
like,
was
it
it?
should just disappear.
What's it called?
What was it about?
It's like where they're in space and
Oh,
then
the
they-
100.
The 100.
Oh,
That got weird.
that sounds lame.
That shit was
The
so
first
weird
like
to me.
2 seasons, I really got into it because it was really good. But then after a while, it got really weird, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Another game, not a show, a game that was like insanely weird, and I never heard anything about it. Well, there's a few games that I liked that I never heard about, and I played like Secret of Mana. I never heard anything about that, like the original, like Super Nintendo Secret of Mana, and then Secret of Evermore. That was insane good, but I never heard of that. But there was also another game that was like, I don't know if it was banned in Japan, but there was like, it was censored, and I played it. It was called Earthbound. In that game, I think it was supposed to be, I forgot what the real name was but it was like, or what it was, but the boss, the ending, it was called like Mother's Womb. It was like a womb. It's a weird game. It's a weird game.
No wonder it was banned.
I don't know if it was banned or if it was just like, I don't know. That was a weird game too that was like, I feel got canceled But I beat that game. And you were like a little boy with a weird rainbow hat, and your weapon was a bat, and you could like press buttons that like crit and stuff, and you're just beating shit with a bat. Yeah, I'm at the Google.
That sounds terrible.
What it was called, Earthbound.
That sounds awful.
Japanese version. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have you guys ever seen like a rare game sold online for like crazy money?
No.
No?
No.
Games? No. I follow trading cards.
Like old, like I remember I used to have this old Final Fantasy 2 cartridge, and like the packaging and everything was pristine. And I guess it's resold for crazy money, but I lost it during a move.
Oh.
But it was like people will be finding old stuff and keeping them pristine, and they just pop up online every now and then.
And you know what the funny thing is? Like, it probably sells to people with the most memory for it. It's not even like it's special or anything. It's just they hold so much value for it, and they're like, I can't find that anywhere. Give it to me.
Oh yeah, so the Japanese version of this game. So it's called Earthbound in the title screen, and it says the war against Gigius. And then Gigius, I don't know. And then the Japanese version, it's called Mother 2. Gigia Strikes Back. But it's called Mother.
That's weird.
And so like the ending, they talk about how it's like, a womb, like because it's called Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty on par for the name.
Yeah, I think the character from that is in Smash Bros. He's like PK Fire, PK whatever, PK.
Fire.
Yeah, he's like the character from that game. But yeah. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. So we've all heard stories of fans discovering stuff that are like, you'll see people like, oh, this is what I found in a garage. This is what I found, blah, blah. How do you feel about the push to preserve gaming history? Like when it comes to like people finding stuff like that, do you think it's something that they should just keep doing so they could just keep the memories alive? You know what I mean?
I don't see why not.
Or data mining stuff?
Yeah, I don't see why you can't.
I don't mind either.
Yeah, I was like, I don't see why it should bother anybody.
I think data mining is kind of cool because it gives a person reason to hope for something that's supposed to be in the game. Like they data mined Elden Ring like a lot to figure out all the lore and everything about characters and stuff. So it was kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, communities are not just lost media, but just like gaming stuff in general right now. It's kind of cool. Have you guys followed any groups or YouTubers who like enjoy retro games? I don't even know if there's
games?
Yeah, I just see a lot of YouTubers that play horror games and indie games. Yeah.
There's this one game that a lot of people have played. It's called Dollmare. It's so cool.
Called what?
Dollmare.
What is that?
It's about like you start working at this doll factory and you have to
we've
like.
seen that one.
Yeah, it's so good.
What?
We've watched Cubs play it. He's in the factory and he's making dolls, and he also like.
Oh, we didn't finish it though, right?
Keep the good dolls and throw away the bad dolls. Well, we watched him play the demo. The full game is out now.
I think the full game came out like.
Yeah, I think it
couple
was the
weeks
full.
after.
I think it was the full game he was playing,
really
right?
good though. I really liked it.
Oh, interesting.
Not that it was, and it's not a lost media game, but I just thought it was very interesting.
Yeah. If you guys could magically revive one canceled game or canceled show, what would it be and why?
Anthem, please come back.
I don't even know.
It was so cool. It's like you're
Yeah.
in a suit.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Ugh.
Yeah, maybe Anthem. Anthem would be a good one. Like I said, the one mission I kept getting looped in was pretty cool. Like I had fun. You could fly. You could
Is that
zip
giant
around.
spider one?
I could keep doing that mission.
It was like
over
in
and
a forest.
Oh, I kept getting stuck in the spider cave.
I kept getting stuck in the forest. Like it just
I did that one. Was
just the forest.
people
Like
did
the
say it
first
was
off the
spooky.
bat in your face, and my suit was all white, and I was like, oh yeah.
But I just think it's so. I think like any kind of like mecha build kind of game is really cool and fascinating. So I was just like, oh, it's
Yeah,
so
you're
cool
a
to
fan
me.
of the mecha stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I loved that game.
I liked the game though, because as I said, I re-downloaded it and I was playing it and I was like, man, this is pretty cool to fly and do all this stuff. But the whole mecha stuff, I like Gundam, but then I stopped enjoying Gundam. You're a fan of Gundam.
I love Gundam.
What makes you like mech stuff?
I don't know. It's just like the fascination of it, because it's like, for the time that Gundam came out, it's like ginormous robots that help fight each other against like other countries. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just so cool.
And Earth is just its battleground.
Yeah, and it's just so cool because it's so ahead of its time, I think. Because
Yeah.
it's like, because I love Pacific Rim. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's so cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed Pacific
like
Rim.
the technology advancement that is required for you to like pilot a Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Evangelion too. Like that.
Yeah.
That's technically
that's
not
sad
a mecha. That's kind of like a
organic.
Yeah, it's organic.
Yeah.
But it's still like the same concept. So it's so cool to me.
Idris Elba is like one of my favorite actors. I don't care.
He's very
He was
good.
in the DLC of Cyberpunk.
I think the movie is called The Dark Tower or
Oh,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I love that movie.
That's supposed to be like the universe with like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like
so-
Stephen King
it was so
universe.
good.
Yeah.
He played
People
that
didn't
so
like
well.
it, but I enjoyed it.
It was such a good movie.
Yeah. What about you, babe? You have anything that you would want to
Bring back,
bring back?
revive.
You okay over there? You want to
Yeah.
talk about it?
No.
You going through it over there?
I don't know why, but I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm sweating. I'm a little uncomfortable right
All
now.
right, let me just hit.
He's sweating.
I'm just gonna hit us with some random rapid fire, or not random, but quick rapid fire questions, and then we're done.
Okay.
So this is for gaming and memory. What's the very first video game that you've ever played?
Halo. Because
Prob-
you.
I don't know what came first. Like the Super Mario, like the old school one, or Pokemon. One of those.
I think it was Zelda on.
Oh, you're
the
right,
Regular
Zelda.
The regular Nintendo.
Yeah,
Not
Zelda.
not Zelda Link to Past for me.
I don't know. I don't know the order. That
The
it came in.
regular Zelda, where you would like go up and the screen would move with you. That was the one. Well, I guess Link to Past did that too, but the regular Zelda, I played that. Which game soundtrack do you still hum years later?
When you walk away.
Final Fantasy. What about you?
It's very. I don't really have a soundtrack that I hum to.
Yeah.
I just like the sound of it. I don't really. It doesn't process in my brain to remember.
Name one game that makes you tear up or hits you in the feels.
Gets me in the feels.
Yo, Cyberpunk was getting me at the end. I'm not gonna lie.
Final Fantasy.
Final
15.
Fantasy 7, probably.
15 for
That's
me.
a tough question.
I feel like majority of all the Final Fantasies get you in the field because you connect, because you're leveling and you connect with the players. Like Final
Well-
Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3, they're both decent.
I would say
too.
the only thing that made me like real depressed was Destiny 2.
Yeah,
Everything else makes me pretty happy, so I'm okay with those.
yeah. What did you say about Final Fantasy? What 15?
15.
Okay. If you could re-experience a game, like one game, the first time, which would it be? Just as if you played it for the first time.
Bloodborne and Elden Ring.
Yeah, I liked Elden Ring when it first came because I didn't play Bloodborne, so I would say Elden Ring too. That was a really good, fun game to like learn how to do things and not die. Yeah. What about you?
I'd probably say all of the Bioshocks. Those
Yeah.
were really good stories, I think. And they were like kind of sad, but not really. It was just really good storytelling.
I know there's a game that I want to play. I know these are rapid fire questions, but we're going slow. But there's a game that I want to play. It's called Atomic Heart, and it's supposed to be kind of like a Bioshock cyberpunk
Is
style.
it new?
No, it's like a couple years old, but it's like it has like the Bioshock feel to it. Yeah. All right. Which canceled game hurts you the most?
Canceled?
I would say it doesn't have to be like canceled. It could be like culture canceled too. I would say Anthem hurts me the most just because I was so excited for it.
Yeah, I would agree.
I was so hyped for it.
If you played this game, you would understand why we feel
I
this
remember
way.
them showing the trailer, and you were like, it made it seem like you were in the town with everybody.
Yeah.
Like you're walking through the crowd with
It
everybody.
kind of gave me like Destiny vibes,
Yeah.
where it would be like a hub for everybody in the server, which
Yeah.
it technically wasn't. You would have to be in like a party for each other to be in like the same area. But it was so good. It was just really good, and it was like you could choose classes. So there was like, you know, warrior, mage, stealth, fast.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Yeah. What about you, Beb?
I said I agree.
Oh, you agree? You concur?
I concur.
I feel like that's the only game that was like hyped enough and then
Gone.
like bad to the point where it's not here any longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it literally was no.
Whoever made that game, please, I hope you're working on it currently and you're keeping it on the down low.
So
Wasn't it Origin?
It was BioWare and EA.
Okay.
Oh, it's because EA does.
Yeah, fucking EA, man.
Yeah.
BioWare, please take it back.
It was announced to overhaul in 2020, and then it was canceled in 2021.
This is a random question, but I'm trying to think. I know I have one in my head, but have you guys ever watched a show that you swear existed, but you cannot find it anywhere?
No.
I know there's one that I have in my brain, and I just can't get it out. Maybe
You can't describe it?
I can't describe it because I know I've seen it, but I can't even think about it no more, and I can't find it. It was like a Japanese. It wasn't Japanese, but it's like it was like in a little town, and I swear the person had like powers or something, and then they had friends at school. I can't even explain the story, but I know I've seen it. So I'm just going to stop talking.
So
it sounds like
generic.
I'm making it up right now, so I'm just going to shut up.
In school with powers.
I
Friends.
don't know what you're talking about right now.
I don't have anything like that.
Okay, favorite rumor or urban legend about a secret game?
Never heard of one.
Never heard of a secret game?
No.
I've heard about. I heard there was like a Final Fantasy game that was out there, but I could never find it because you know how like Final Fantasy, I think like Final Fantasy 3 in America is like 6 in Japan or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear I've heard like there was a Final Fantasy that I've never heard of. Like Final Fantasy 2 was 4? I don't know. But I always heard different things about that.
You know what I would really like them to do? I would like them to remake Generations of Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
It's a turn-based like fighting game, but I think it was so cool. And if they just made it like a little like better graphic-wise, like it was it's still really good. I've played it recently; it's great. But if they just like little retouch.
I think you just revitalized my memory of the show I was talking about. I think it was called Generation something, and it was like back when we lived like in Silverwood. Oh. And I remember seeing it at like Aunt what's her name, Anita, and Uncle Junior's house, and they would watch it like all the time, and then it got canceled.
Oh, you have to look into it.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called.
And remind us on the next episode.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Okay. Is there a canceled franchise that you guys wish wasn't buried, or you wish stayed buried? There's like a franchise that you just don't want to even hear about anymore.
No, I don't think so. Not for me, at least. I'm pretty good.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Yeah. What do you got? You got
I'd
one?
have to like research this.
That stayed buried.
That you think should be buried?
That I think should be buried.
Anthem.
I know, because we wanted to see come back.
Stay
we wanted
buried.
to come
No.
back.
It's such a big letdown.
We want the revitalized.
I never want to hear
Anthem.
about it again.
This is people probably won't agree with me. I'm tired of the Civilization games.
Oh. Why?
I'm just tired. It's like the same shit. It's like different eras, different countries or whatever. It's like the same shit. It's just more
You talked
graphic.
about how you loved Assassin's Creed.
No, Civilization.
No,
though.
I know, but I feel like
Well,
it's like the same thing.
No, Civilization's an RTS.
No, I understand, but it just reminds me of each other.
It's not the same thing. It should never remind you of the same thing. They do not remind you of the same thing.
I think I changed my answer. I think Assassin's Creed is a perfect example of they should just stop it. And Pokemon. They should just stop.
Yeah, Pokemon for sure.
Oh, okay.
They
Yeah,
just
I
need to
agree with
stop.
Pokemon.
It's got like
going.
a million now.
What was it? The original was like 101 or 100?
120 something, I think.
Did you see that they came out with the new cards and people were going crazy at Costco? And they were like, limits 10. And it's like, resellers can't count. And they had like 20 in their basket. And I'm like, oh my God.
I watched this people can call in and get financial advice. And this man called in and he's like, I racked up $24,000 in debt buying Pokemon cards, and now my wife wants to divorce me. How do I clear up this debt?
Did he hit any of those? Did he get a hit on any of them? Oh my God, that's depressing.
24,000, no hits?
You get nothing?
And he's like, my wife wants to divorce me now. How can I get out of this hole? And they're like, I don't know, bro.
Honestly, there's no way.
Yeah, you better take out another loan and
I would
personal loan and pay that shit
Debt
off.
consolidation. That's all you got going for you.
Dang. Yeah.
Trading card games, I think, are just like too much. People value the cards, I think, more than they value the game, especially for Pokemon.
Yeah. It's like I have this. I'm better than everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I have one more game that people would hate me if I said it, but I enjoy this game, but I'm kind of over it sometimes because it's always so buggy. Nope. Fallout.
Oh.
I enjoy Fallout. I love the humor. I love like the animation. I love the show. I've played Fallout 1, 2, 3, Vegas. Fallout, like the old school RTS versions. I love it. It's just
The fans are coming for you.
when it comes out, it's always buggy, and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I just want them to make a crisp Fallout, like a good one, you know.
Maybe
Fallout
they don't-
Tactics is pretty cool.
Maybe I'm not sure what their like budget is, but maybe when they release it, we're the playtesters instead of having people playtest. We playtest it for them, and then they just keep updating it to the point where then it becomes a good game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I never got into the Fallout hype, so I don't care about it.
Yeah, what's that one stuff called? Is it called Munchausen's syndrome, where it's
Munchausen's.
where like the Fruit of the Loom thing and
What?
No, that's the.
You know what I'm talking about?
That is the not the Munchausen. Munchausen's is
What
totally
fruit
different.
of the loom thing?
Oh, it's a different thing. Is it the Mandela effect?
Yeah, the Mandela effect.
Oh, okay. What is Munchausen's?
Munchausen's is when you get kidnapped and you start falling in love with your kidnapper.
No, that's something else, isn't it?
No,
Isn't
it's
that-
Munchausen's.
Oh,
no.
No, that's a.
Munchausen's by proxy.
Yeah, that's
is
where
when
you're
you-
sick.
when
think
you
you're
make
sick.
somebody.
Yeah, when you make somebody
No,
sick.
that's a hypochondriac. When
No,
it's
no,
when
no,
you
no.
make somebody
No,
else
Munch-
sick.
yeah, when you make
Munchausen's.
When you need to feel needed, and so you make somebody else sick to validate
Yeah,
your feelings.
like
Yeah.
that girl that murdered
Yeah.
her mother.
Yeah.
That's Munchausen's by proxy when you're
Yeah.
making somebody else like
Yeah.
Purposely sick. Munchausen's. There's a
when you do it to
Munchausen's is
yourself.
when you do it to yourself.
What is the thing that you were just talking
Stockholm
about?
syndrome,
Stockholm syndrome
is when you fall
No,
in love with the
Mandela
kid.
effect is what I'm thinking about.
I don't
There
know
is
what
a whole
the
thing.
Mandela effect is.
The Mandela effect is when you're like the Shaq movie, not the Shaq movie, the Shazam movie. When people are like, "Oh, that one guy played it," and then everyone's just like, "Yeah, no, that didn't exist."
Like the Bernstein Bears.
Yeah,
Everybody thinks.
Berenstain.
Yeah, everybody thinks Berenstain Bears, but it's Berenstain Bears.
It's true.
Or George. I did not know he didn't have a tail.
He didn't have a tail the whole time.
I did not. I thought he had a tail.
No,
Because I was like, how is
Curious George?
he? Yeah, I was like, how is he hanging from the fucking tree?
he hung from trees.
Yeah.
I thought he used his
I don't
feet.
think he did. He used his feeties.
I never knew he didn't have a tail.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, the fruit of I saw a video recently on TikTok, and someone was like, "Remember when Stouffer's said that they never had their brand on the one of their foods, and then a hoarder had a video, and they zoomed in on the Stouffer's box with the Stouffer's logo on it. They're like, "Try and tell us you did it next time, huh? Do it." And then someone was like, "Hoarders saving people's memory for years."
It's like I knew this box was going to come in handy
Yeah.
one day.
We're going off the rail on this
I'm
episode.
telling you, we're all over the place today.
I'm
It's
sorry.
so
It's
fun.
so hard for
But,
me to concentrate
We should
today.
talk about the Mandela effect.
Yeah, I'm looking
while
at it
we
right now.
actually-
Did you know Pikachu didn't have a black thing on his tail? People thought he did.
I thought he did too.
Yeah.
I thought he did
And
too.
I knew it was Oscar Mayer, but everybody says it's Oscar Mayer. Wiener.
Oscar Mayer.
It's Oscar Mayer.
Oscar Mayer Wiener.
It's
Okay, we need
M-A-Y-E-R.
to save
Okay.
this for another episode.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, we're done. Though. That's all I got. Maybe we'll just talk about it.
Our our episode today was a little all over the place.
It was fun.
What did you get into something?
Thank you for listening. As always, this has been Co-op Chronicles with Pint Size Geisha, Black Label, and me, Azalee.
Bye.
We gather round the mic, tales of knights and dice. Gaming worlds collide, hobbies come alive. Azalee and Geisha chat. Black Label's where it's at. laughs and fun. Now that's the plan in our little podcast clan. Women leading through the air. Join us if you dare. Co-op Chronicles.